What's up, everybody? Welcome to Normieville.
Well, we call you normies.
Let's talk about another ESPN anchor.
You never win it. You've never had it.
Oh, boy!
That stuff is...
Yeah!
Now, while a lot of anchors that I have reported on got canned, they got fired, they got sacked, this one actually decided to leave of her own free will. Now, Sage Steele has been a mainstay at the network for, I think they said a decade or two now. She's been with the network for a very long time. I reported on another channel, I think a lawsuit that she had a couple of years ago or before, or maybe during Project 19. Don't quote me on that. You can correct me in the comment section. But in any case, she has had litigation with ESPN at some point toward the end of her illustrious career. And well, now she has won that lawsuit, it seems like. And because she has won the lawsuit, the litigation is over with. She has decided that she is now free to leave ESPN. As you can see here from Fox News, Sage Steele leaves ESPN, wants to exercise First Amendment rights more freely.
Sensational.
Steele wrote on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, she settled her lawsuit with the Disney-owned company. Well, let's read of what her lawsuit was actually about and the tweet where she announced that she is now leaving ESPN, as a lot of people say here in the sports world, the worldwide leader in woke. Sage Steele announced Tuesday she left ESPN after nearly 2 decades with the Disney-owned company. Steele provided the quote-unquote life update on X, saying her lawsuit against the company was settled and she decided to leave so she can exercise, quote-unquote, exercise my First Amendment rights more freely. Quote, I am grateful for so many wonderful experiences over the past 16 years, and I am excited for my next chapter, Steele wrote, and with the hashtag Steele Strong. That is her tweet. I'm sorry, that is her, I don't know, tweet or whatever they call it now. I don't know what it is, but this is her posting on the now X platform. You see it right there. 16 years, that's a long time. She's reported over many sports. I believe she was primarily NBA, but I think she's reported about the NFL and other sports. She is pretty much all around anchor. She was very good in my opinion. She was one of the good ones. I will be sad to see her leave. And of course, she's been replaced by people like Malika Andrews and others. Yeah, let's find out about this lawsuit. ESPN told Fox Digital in a statement, quote, ESPN and Sage Steele have mutually agreed to part ways. We thank her for her many contributions over the years. The veteran broadcaster claimed the network breached her contract over its reaction to the remarks she made in September a 2021 podcast interview where she spoke out against the parent company Disney's, what is it? The poke mandate?
Target acquired.
And swiped former President Obama for identifying as black and not biracial.
Enemy spotted.
Well, the latter is true, but most will discount that because he passes the brown paper bag test. But those of y'all that are in the know, that have done your research, knows that what she said, that latter part about 44, was actually true. But there's neither here nor there. And of course, with Disney's mandate about their medical mandate, I would say, well, she didn't care for it. She spoke out against it. And, well, the rest is history. Steele's lawsuit accused ESPN of selective enforcement of its policy that bars news employees from commenting on politics and social issues.
Enemy spotted.
Well, to me, it would seem as if they do have a selective enforcement, but it doesn't bar them from speaking on politics and social issues. It bars them from speaking and commenting on politics and social issues if it goes against the bottom line of Disney and ESPN. And you know what I'm talking about. The suit alleged ESPN, quote, violated Connecticut law and Steele's right to free speech based upon a faulty understanding of her comments and a non-existent, unenforced workplace policy that serves as nothing more than a pretext, and claimed the network relied on inaccurate third-party accounts of Steele's comments and did not immediately review the actual comment or context in which they were made. Well, that's a lot to say there in one sentence. But essentially, she made comments. ESPN and Disney didn't like it. And I believe she was suspended at that point, but she was eventually brought back after she had to, of course, bend the knee and apologize. But following that, she sued the network. And I assume she won by this article here and by her mutual departure that she won. I'm pretty sure she settled out of court. I don't know if it'll say that in the rest of the article. But in any case, they settled out of court. She got whatever was due to her. And she said, well, it's time to go after y'all don't try to drag my name in the mud and got me suspended out of work for some BS. Steele had apologized for the remarks after the podcast interview, but said the apology was forced on her by the network. I wish I had an NWO song there, but I don't.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
fucking way.
But of course, this what happened to Sage Steele happens to a lot of people in the entertainment industry. Let me finish up. She joined ESPN in 2007 after starting out on Comcast Sportsnet. She became one of the mainstays on SportsCenter and made appearances on NBA Countdown. Now, back to the statement here. She apologized, but said the apology was forced upon her by the network. This happens to a lot of anchors. To be fair, it happens to a lot of people that are celebrities, actors, movie stars, music artists. They say something that isn't the norm for society, or as my best friend would say, they touch the third rail. And when they do that, the backlash or the court of public opinion is swift and heavy. You hear me? And once that happens, you got to apologize. You got to kiss the ring. You know, my words taken out of context. I'll do more to educate myself. I'll go to counseling. You know, I'll talk to the rabbi, so on and so forth, right? All those things you have to do in order to get back in the good graces of the job, your network. And to a lesser degree, you know, me being a normie, if something happened like that at my job, if I want to keep it, I would have to do the exact same thing. You got to apologize. You know, you got to, get on bended knee and do whatever you got to do, kiss them brown, you know what I'm saying, to get back in the good graces of the people and get the heat off of you. And this essentially what Sage Steele had to do. And like I said, then she subsequently sued the network. She won. And like I said, the rest is history. So I wish Sage Steele the best. She is a very good anchor. I hope that she lands on her feet wherever she decides to go. Yeah, she will be one of the ones that actually missed at ESPN, among others that have recently, got the pink slip. But we're still waiting on a certain person to kid the axe, even though they just got promoted. But again, it's ESPN. I don't expect anything less. But thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just a normie here to bring you the latest and greatest sports news, entertainment, and politics. Let me know what you think about the mutual letting go of Sage Steele down in the comment section. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.